I'm at 818 Mohican Drive in Loveland, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. And we are going through the roof vent just to make sure that we can inspect as much pipe as possible. You can see there is the front and the street there, and here is the stack. So we should go straight down. We should turn once we get to the bottom and go straight out. You can see here we already have some section, a little bit of rust there on the end. So, okay, looks like we have gone horizontal. You may need to run some water to be able to see a little better. Got a little haze on the front of the camera. I'm making that turn. There we go. So we'll be able to push all the way out, and then we'll be able to see a little bit better when we pull back. So this is cast iron, which cast iron is always tough to gauge how much life it has because you can't really tell how thin or thick it is. You can look and see if you can, if there's any holes or anything like that, but you really can't tell until the holes are present. And it looks like we've just exited the house. And then it looks like this is clay outside, but it still has some wear marks there from the black residue is usually from the cast iron. It just kind of builds up, and then the white is from the little bit of grease buildup, and that comes from obviously the kitchen sink, but then can also come from the laundry service. The laundry, it's usually the fabric softener that does that. Has some greasy buildup there. Looks like we have a little belly. You can see the water flashing, so it's not a very big belly. It's under an inch. But here at 65 feet, I'm going to see if I can see what that is. If that's some root intrusion or some mineral deposits. It's a little weird. We'll stop on the way back there, about 65 feet. Get a little bit better look at it. We may already be out to the main, and therefore, looks like we have a hole in the pipe. And that is all broke up. I don't know if somebody tried to line that. And that may be what that other look was, is that somebody has lined it. It's really hard to tell. I don't know what looked a little strange. So we'll stop on the way back there too. I thought I was getting close to the main there, and that's what that was, but I think this has been lined, and what I thought was so here we are at the main right there, and then we'll pull back, and then we'll get a little bit, we'll try to get a better look at this. That was pretty strange, that one spot. It almost looked like there was some plastic or like they had done some lining, and that was the only spot I saw that was really of any major concern, but it's pretty hard to make out some of these spots. And so it all looks good structurally until you get to right about in here. Right there. And that looks like the pipe is broke. Yeah, you can see the pieces right there on the connection. And so I'm going to pause the video here and we're going to get a locate, because it's really strange trying to look at the material. Normally, if it's clay, it's a reddish material, and if it's concrete, you can see exposed aggregate and see the rocks and stones and stuff in the concrete. And that's where this is really hard to distinguish what that is, but you can see it may be concrete, but you can see the cracks, and then you see all the cracking and the breaking going on right there. Now it doesn't look like it's affecting flow, but it is definitely damaged. So we're going to pause the video here, and I'm going to get an exact locate of this spot. Okay. So we tried to mark it, but we're gonna have to go back through there with the metal detector and find that a little better. But the cast iron looks like it's in pretty good shape for its age. It doesn't have a whole lot of burrs. It's a little buildup on the bottom of it, but that's pretty normal for cast iron. Usually right here at this turn is where they... Do you want to run some water in there? Yeah, we're going to run some water on the interior and just kind of watch it flow through here for a minute. Okay, so the entirety of the line was in pretty good shape. We just had that one spot under the apron of the driveway that is broken, and I would suggest that that be looked at, referred to the Metropolitan Sewer District for further investigation. That way they can evaluate it, and based off of prior incidents, I would say that that is on MSD's property, but this would have to be supplied to them for clarity. But that will or should be dug up and repaired, especially being underneath that driveway. You don't want all that extra weight. Cars passing by, that will eventually collapse. But the rest of the line looked good structurally. Didn't see a whole lot of roots or anything. The connections all looked good, and the cast iron looked like it was flowing freely. So that'll end the inspection at 818 Mohican Drive in Loveland, Ohio.